The hustle and bustle of our everyday lives, we often find ourselves buried under mountains of tasks, each one screaming for our attention. The to-do list, once our trusted ally in the fight against chaos, has now become our warden, shackling us in the prison of endless tasks. And let's be honest, how many times have we found ourselves chasing after deadlines, our hearts pounding, our minds racing, all the while clinging to the illusion that we're being productive? The truth, my friends, is that to-do lists have a dirty secret. They're not the cure-all for productivity we've been led to believe. In fact, they're often part of the problem, adding to our stress, clouding our focus, and steering us away from what truly matters. So, if to-do lists aren't the answer, what is? Welcome to the Hustle Culture Club. The only membership requirement? Burnout. Now, you might be thinking, isn't hustling all about getting things done? Isn't it about achieving success? Well, sure, in theory. But let's take a moment to look at the flip side of the coin. Hustle culture has this sneaky way of equating busyness with productivity, making us believe that if we're not constantly on the move, we're not making progress. Picture this: relentless ticking of clocks, overflowing inboxes, a never-ending to-do list. Sound familiar? It's like being on a treadmill that's going too fast and the speed button's broken. You're running, but never really getting anywhere. Here's the kicker. This constant state of busyness, this perpetual motion, it's not just exhausting, it's counterproductive. Yes, you heard that right. All that hustle, all that grind, it can actually lead to decreased productivity. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. No matter how fast you pour, you're never going to get to the top. So, why do we do it? Why do we fall into this hustle trap? Because we're told that's what success looks like. But what if there's another way? What if we could achieve more by doing less? Time to leave the hustle club, don't you think? Now, imagine this. You're productive, but you're not stressed. Sounds impossible? It's not. My journey from burnout to Zen wasn't a straight path. It wasn't a magical transformation that happened overnight. It was a series of small, calculated steps, full of stumbles and lessons learned. There was a time when my life was a never-ending cycle of tasks, deadlines, and sleepless nights. My to-do list was my Bible, and I was a faithful disciple, constantly bowing to its relentless demands. But that constant hustle, that endless chase, it left me empty. I was productive, yes, but at what cost? My health, my relationships, my peace of mind, all sacrificed at the altar of productivity. Then came the realization, that moment of truth, when I saw what I had become. A burnout, a shell of my former self. I realized that productivity shouldn't mean pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion. It shouldn't mean sacrificing your well-being for the sake of ticking boxes on a list. So I started my journey towards a more balanced, mindful way of working. I let go of the hustle and embraced flow. I replaced my endless to-do list with focused, intentional tasks. I learned to say no, to set boundaries, to protect my time and energy. The transformation was profound. I was still productive, but I was also calm, centered, at peace. I was no longer drowning in tasks. Instead, I was surfing on a wave of effortless productivity. But here's the thing. This journey isn't about achieving some mythical state of Zen. It's about finding a balance that works for you. It's about creating a work-life rhythm that fosters productivity without compromising your well-being. It's about understanding that productivity isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And to run a marathon, you need to pace yourself, to rest, to rejuvenate. So, how did we escape the burnout trap? Let's delve deeper. Welcome to the Art of Effortless Productivity. No to-do lists, no stress, just flow. Imagine a world where your work life isn't dictated by a never-ending list of tasks. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not. Let's start with the magic word, prioritization. It's not about doing everything, but doing the right things. Choose your tasks wisely. What will give you the most impact? What aligns with your goals? These are the tasks you should focus on. Next, let's talk about flexible schedules. Rigid 9-to-5 schedules? Throw them out the window. Instead, work when you're at your most productive. Are you a morning person, or do you thrive at night? Tailor your schedule to match your peak productivity hours. Now, let's address the power of saying no. It might be difficult at first, but it's an essential skill to master. Learn to decline tasks that don't align with your goals. Remember, saying no to one thing means saying yes to something more important. Effortless productivity is a symphony of these three elements: prioritization, flexible schedules, and the power of saying no. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about aligning your work with your goals and your natural rhythm. So, let's bid farewell to the hustle culture, to the endless to-do lists, to the chronic busyness. Effortless productivity isn't a myth, it's a lifestyle. Ready to embrace it? So, are you ready to burn your to-do lists? It's time to question the hustle, the grind, the endless cycle of tasks that leave you feeling drained and unaccomplished. It's time to redefine productivity. What if you could achieve more by doing less? What if you could find peace in your work instead of stress? What if you could trade in your exhausting to-do lists for a state of flow where work becomes as effortless as breathing? Dare to challenge the status quo. Dare to question the hustle culture that's been sold to us. Dare to imagine a world where your worth isn't tied to your busyness. It's time to torch the to-do lists that have been shackling you. It's time to embrace a new way of working, a smarter, calmer, more efficient way. It's time to embrace effortless productivity. Burn your to-do lists. Embrace effortless productivity. Start your journey today.